Hey, it's Andy from SmartWP and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing something really fun, and that's making our very own Linktree using Gutenberg. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Linktree, it's a way to include multiple links on your social media profiles. For example, you can have all the links to different articles on your website or other promotions you're trying to do. Because as you may know, on sites like Instagram, you only have a way to add one link. So Linktree is just a way to add multiple links. But it does cost money for the premium version, and if you already have a website, you'd rather just use that, so that's why we're making this video and why we're going to be making it using Gutenberg. Now, if you have an editor already installed like Elementor, I've already done a video on how to make a link tree in that. But whatever page builder you're using, you should probably use that to make your link tree. But since you're watching this video, you obviously want to be using Gutenberg. So we're going to be using the default WordPress block editor to make a link tree type page. Now we're going to have to install a couple free plugins, so let's just hop right in. So you can see we're on our example site. This is an example site I have here using GeneratePress. Your site obviously will look different, so let's just head into the admin because we're already logged in here. Now we're going to need two plugins for this. So we're going to go to Plugins, Add New. The first plugin is called Generate Blocks. So just type in Generate Blocks with no space, and you can see here it's by Tom Osborne right here. So we're going to install it, and we're going to activate it. Now you do not need GeneratePress to use this plugin. It just adds 4 really simple blocks to our editor, so we're going to need that for what we're doing. So the second plugin we're actually going to use is called Blank Slate. I'll explain that later, but we're going to add it right now just so we have it. So go to Plugins, Add New, and we want to install Blank Slate. And you can see here, it's 20,000 active installs. We'll install it and activate it. So what we're going to be doing is actually creating a new page. We're just going to call it links. So let's do that right now. We'll go to Pages, Add New, and we'll call it links. Obviously, you can call this whatever you want. I prefer to call it links because when people see that in your profile, they'll see yoursite.com/links and they might know what that means. Also, you could use Linktree as the permalink also, and most people probably will know what that means, that you have a list of links that you want them to look at. So let's go and edit our page. So you can see here we have our new links page. So we're going to add a new block. So we're going to actually add a container block. So let's type in container. And the blue ones are the ones we're going to use. So this is the generate block here called container. We're going to add it. And you can see it's a very wide width, so we're actually going to change the container width. We're going to actually make it around 400 pixels. I think that's pretty good. And then we'll scroll down to more settings, and you can see there's a spacing option, and you can pick a minimum height. So we're going to do view height, that's the VH unit, and we're just going to say 100. This will make our new page 100% view height, which is similar to how it looks on Linktree. Additionally, you can modify paddings and margins and things like that. We're just going to leave this as is right now and scroll down and add a background. So let's use a gradient just to start. So you can see here we have a gray gradient. Now, the first thing we're going to do is add a new block in our container, and it's called buttons. You can see here it's the blue one like we talked about before. That's the generate blocks. So we'll hit that. Now you can see it's on the left. We don't really want that. So there's actually options here to do. So on the bottom, this is the navigator in Gutenberg. We actually want to go to the parent element, which is buttons. So we'll click that. And you can see here now we have options for all the buttons in this thing we're going to make here. So on the right side, we want to stack them vertically, and we want to fill the horizontal space. Now the buttons will span the full width of our 400 pixel container. So our first link here, we'll actually just make an example. And you can link this to whatever you want, obviously. We'll just link it to our home page. And we're also going to want to go to spacing and add a margin. So we're going to add a 5 pixel margin to the top and bottom. Now we're going to do this because once we add another one, it'll actually have no margin by default. So this will have a margin around each button. So now that we've done that, let's just duplicate this button. We can click this little dot here and we go to duplicate. And now you can see we have a second button. So this is an easy way to just duplicate over and over and over. So you have all of your links. So let's have our example second link here. And then we'll go over to publish and let's take a look at this page. Now it doesn't look quite right because it's obviously in a container. There's the header and footer. Obviously the benefit of this is you can actually make the design however you want. So if you want the header on there, that's great. But for this example, we're going to want a clean slate, and that's why we're using that plugin that we installed earlier. So let's go back and edit the page. And you can see on the side here in page attributes, we have a new option here called template and blank slate. Now, a lot of themes offer this by default. For example, in GeneratePress, I have ways to disable elements and things like that, but that can get kind of cumbersome, and I don't know how that works in your themes. So that's why we're going to be using the blank slate option plugin. So let's do that, and we'll update, and we'll take a look at the page. And you can see now we have a full width, full height Linktree clone. So let's go back and edit our page. And we're going to add a few more elements from Linktree. They have a profile image at the top, a headline, and then social media icons. Obviously, you can add whatever you want, but we're going to make it as similar to Linktree as we can. So let's go up here, and we're going to select our buttons, and we're going to want to add a block above it. So we can click the dot, dot, dot here, and do insert before. So now we're inserting something before our buttons. So let's go and pick our block here. We're going to do an image, which is built into WordPress. And we're going to pick our file here in Media Library. And I have a photo of myself here I'll include. Now we want to have this be rounded, which is the styles area over here you'll see. And you can click rounded. And we'll make this smaller. And you can see it's going on the left side here. So what we want to do is center this, which is this little option here, which we can change the alignment in. And we'll align center. And you can add a caption here, but I actually want to add a headline. So let's do the dot, dot, dot again. And we'll do insert after. And again, add block, and you can type in headline. So this is the generate blocks headline. It has a little more options. I like to just use the default Gutenberg one, so we'll just do the heading. And I'll just put my name here. Things that would be good to put here is like your username, the name of your business, or other things like that. And again, we're going to want to change our alignment here. So the text alignment is this button here, and we'll center it. And let's update our page and take a look. So let's take a preview of this. So it's looking pretty good. We have our links, we have our name and photo. So let's go back and add our social media links at the bottom here. So again, I'm going to click at the bottom here, and you can see the plus. And we're going to type in social. And you can see social icons as an option. This is actually built into Gutenberg, so you'll actually have this option. So click this, and you can see this kind of weird layout by default. So we want to click this little plus. And you can select what social icon you want to add. So let's type in Instagram. And you can see now we have an Instagram icon, and then we click this, and we can add our address to our Instagram. And then if you hit the plus again, you can add another block. So for example, if you want to link to your Facebook or Twitter, and then click the logo again and just add another link. And we want to center align these. So like we did before, the bottom little navigator area here, we're going to want to click social icons, which is the parent element. And this is the alignment section, so we'll align center. And now you can see our social media icons are centered here. Additionally, you can change options and designs over here. For example, they have a pill shape, just the icons, or default. You can also open the links in a new tab, which probably a lot of people are going to want to do. And then we'll update our page and take a look again. Now this is looking pretty similar to Linktree, so we might want to fix the margin here. So let's go do that. And we'll click on the buttons. Let's do that in the buttons. So in the buttons here, let's select the parent element. And again, we can do margin, and let's do the bottom, and we'll do 20 pixels. Update, view the page. You can see now we have a nice little margin. Let's edit the page again and center this entire thing. So we're going to click our container here. You can see now we're selecting our whole entire container. And we can go down to the options and go to spacing. And we want to pick vertical alignment and change that to center. So now you can see we're centered in the middle of the page. So let's update, and we'll take another look here. And this is looking really good right now. You can see it's a full browser height, and it's centered in the middle of the page and has our links. So let's go back and edit the page again. Now the one fun thing about the generate blocks buttons block, it actually lets us add an icon. So if we click icon, we can paste any SVG icon here, but they also have some default ones built in. So we're gonna add a little fire emoji. We'll go to this one, add another icon. Reddit alien. And let's duplicate this to add another button here. And if you want to add some more attention to something, so for example, we'll just write sale page. You can choose a new background using the colors. So for example, background color, let's just make it red. So people will see that right away. Update our page, we'll take another look. Now I think that's looking pretty good, but let's just double check how it looks on mobile. I'm actually going to take my phone out and take a look at our page just to see if everything's working correctly. It has all of our links, our social media icons, and our image at the top, and of course our name. And I think everything looks pretty good. And just like that, you've created your own link tree using Gutenberg. Best of all, it was free and we didn't use any paid plugins. Obviously, you can go way more in depth within this and add your own custom backgrounds and custom button designs. But this was just a way to get you started off creating your own link tree. And if you have any issues or questions or comments, definitely leave them in the comments below. I'll be reading them. And thanks again for watching. Remember to like and subscribe and check out smartwp.com for more WordPress tips and tutorials. See ya.